Hello guys, welcome back to another stream. How are you guys? Welcome back Blubs. Vectora, first time here. Welcome to the stream, first time. I hope you came here because you have seen my other builds, but if not, you're very welcome. I'm glad to have you here. Jimmy Boy, you should know this by now, that on Mondays at around this time, I'm not sure what time it is at where you are, but at this time usually I stream, so you should plan your dinners for that, so that you're always available. Okay, that's not my problem. And then Darth Cat. Ah, you were the one. All right, awesome. Well, I'm glad to have you on the stream here, Victoria. Let's do that, and there we go. All right. Just got home, really rushed. I was walked in the door, 10 minutes ago, really. So a little rush today, but I'm glad to be here. It feels good to be back streaming. I'm very glad that I've been able to get this routine in. I've really missed streaming with you guys, and I've been so inconsistent these last years, really. So it's really good to finally feel like I have a schedule where I can stream and hang out with you guys and build together with you, because as I've said so many times before, one of my main goals for Ushea, the continent here, is to build it together with you. Not like, of course, I place most of the blocks. I will occasionally have other people join me in collabs and stuff. But I want your lore ideas, and I want your, like, there's so many suggestions that I've built that came from you guys that was way out of what I was imagining, and I think together we really create something quite unique. And Dark Cat says, I was thinking about the lore for this place. Wouldn't it make more sense that the monster that attacked this place was a sea serpent or some kind instead of a kraken? This place is closer to Ducard than Nordheim. That is true. We could have... So, yeah, it could definitely be. If it's a kraken, or if it's a sea serpent, or if it's just a massive storm. It really depends. We could definitely, let's say... Well, actually, it's almost as close to Nordheim as it is to Dukar. Kind of, but yeah, I see what you mean. We'll have to write down the lore for this place. I think it doesn't really matter what monster that ruined the tower or the castle and the town, really, in the lore. As long as we make it mysterious enough. When is this place open for vacation? Yeah, I'm thinking about opening up for Airbnb here eventually. So there's going to be some nice beachside houses here. I've gone ahead and done some texturing and some work on these cliffs here, and I think it looks gorgeous. I don't want to go overboard. I know I can like layer everything and so many things, but I've added some texture to it, and I've added some stairs and slabs, vertical slabs, just enough to make it not look too blocky, I think. So it's I could probably have spent 4 times as long on these cliffs, but I'm not gonna, because I'm gonna have more cliffs around here. And I've added 2 more houses since the last time. I've added this, which is the olive press, and I think it's rather beautiful. We come in here and we have this little courtyard where we have this olive press, and we make olive oil. And there's even access to a little olive, what do you call this? Olive yard? Orchard? No. Cove? Is that what it's called? An olive cove? So, as I've said, this farm over here is mainly olive farmers for selling olives. And then this farm on this side is mainly for pressing them. So they have some sort of collaboration here. Yeah, and then I built another house, this one here, and this is for the lord of this place. And as we kind of established in the previous stream, the lord isn't very powerful anymore. Most of the power from this place has been moved to Somerset, which is kind of the, I guess you could call it the high seat of this region here of Argus, this eastern part of Argus. So this is probably like, yeah, where the lord sitting here is probably the... No, actually, if I remember the lore correctly here, this is a vacation home, right? This is... I should remember my own lore here. I believe, actually, Somerset is the summer home for one of the lords in Ushea, somewhere else. Like, I think it's one of the lords in Galia or Meria. Does anyone know? Does anyone remember? So maybe the power here is Nussihold then, which is just up here. So there's no like real power in this town here, and it's mainly, its main function is to serve Somerset and Nussihold as a harbor, really. And of course they farm and stuff as every other village. So yeah, let's let me give you a quick tour. There's a bell tower here because if the Lord wants to gather people around or stuff, like he lives in the center of town and he has the possibility to call people in. And I think the layout for this house is really cool. So we have this, yeah, the tower can come in here. We have some storage below here. I'll show you everything in the video as well, but we'll give a little preview here. Then, yeah, a little courtyard here in the back where we have some chickens, and there's even another yard in the back here connected to this road that leads down to here where the harbor will be. So yeah, really cool. So the question is, what should we build today, guys? I am open for ideas. So the my suggestions are this little farmhouse here on this little hill. Well, another hill I'm gonna be adding, just like handmade hill up there. Or we could start the tavern or inn, the inn over here. Or we could build a tavern. I am maybe the tavern down here. So I'm also thinking regarding the video that I will publish for this. And I think when it comes to the video, it might make sense to do the inn over here so that we can have like a fully completed. I guess we could do both in the video. Yeah, I guess we have time, so we can do both the tavern and the inn. So let's choose one of these two, and then we'll have like this enclosed area here. And then for the upcoming video after that, we will work on some other of these farms that will populate this land around here. And then maybe one final video for the castle and the lighthouse and everything. That could be cool. So yeah, you want a tavern? Yeah, I think the tavern's gonna look really cool. I have some plans for this one. I want there to be like a turret on this corner here. Like that. And then of course here we will build up so that we have like a little wall, like a stone wall that holds back the road here, and then just beach all the way down to the harbor. That's gonna be cool. All right, let's get some blocks down and start building, shall we? I'm thinking the tavern is maybe the main building. This big square, and the tower is built of more kind of brick kind of style, like this. And then the other parts can be built out of the more cobbled. Crab fishing would be fun. Yeah, we can definitely play with that as well. Some crab thing. Yeah, we do have these nets, like fish traps. And I even believe, let me see. Is it this one? I believe the Believe mod has some water tower. What is that block? Oh wow, that's massive. That can be used for breweries and stuff. Huh, that's kind of cool. I think this has a fishing trap here, like that. So there's tons of these in a fishing net. I don't know. And also one of these has like floating. Let me see. There we go. Floating fish trap. So we have a lot of that. Yeah, some sunken ships would look awesome as well. I'm thinking plenty shipwrecks around here, just to really indicate how harsh the weather can be, and maybe some of them are from the big storm that ruined the castle. Alright, let's just get building, shall we? And we'll take it from there. Trying to build the gradient as usual, so we'll start with the darker one at the bottom here. Is there any other professions that we should have in this place? What are the most important professions to have in a small village? Yes, Darth Cat, that's a good idea. We should definitely add. Since we have... Oh, don't want to get too distracted. But the cliffs are really like sharp and stuff. So we can have some like rocks or sharp cliffs in the water, similar to... Yeah. To the rest. Really good idea. I'm playing a lot of... Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings PvP. That sounds awesome. What is that? Is that a Minecraft PvP thing, or is it one of those Lord of the Rings games? I'm not really up to date with kind of games and what exists around the gaming sphere. I'm usually just playing Minecraft, so I know what. No, I don't really know what's happening with Minecraft either. I haven't been really keeping up with the updates to vanilla Minecraft either. I know about the new Creaking or whatever it's called, Creaking, but I'm not really updated to any games. Ah, PvP. That's Lord of the Rings theme. That sounds really cool. It's not Artecraft, is it? It's probably something else. Artecraft has no PvP, right? That's what is so like unique with Minecraft, is all the different servers and ideas people can come up with, and like there's no limitations. Minecraft has really become a game engine lately, which is kind of insane to think about, but like I've seen some insane stuff. Like I saw someone build. Who was that? It was it Yamsy Boy? Juracraft, or someone built like a massive, yeah, like a proper MMO really. Empire Wars. I will have to check that out. That sounds cool. But yeah, like I remember people doing like full-on MMOs in Minecraft with like trading systems and yeah, like currencies and leveling systems and all custom packs. So all like the swords and stuff look like yeah, swords from World of Warcraft, and like, it's just insane to think about. But I can't remember the name of it. But I believe it was a YouTuber I used to follow. So maybe like yeah, Juracraft or Jamsy Boy. Yeah, probably Juracraft. I don't know. Does anyone remember? It's kind of tricky doing these gradients all by hand, but I think that's the best way to go about it. Could even like squeeze in some of this. Yeah. Here we go, and I believe there should be some blocks we can like. That's not a good one. 10. Yeah, that works. Just a little bit to break it up. We could have that's a fun idea. We could definitely have some sort of cult thing happening here, because they truly are afraid of the monster that apparently has ruined the lands here before. Hey Waldo, how are you, man? It's been a while. A rope maker is a great idea, Darth Cat. We need a rope maker, definitely. So yeah, they are truly super afraid of that monster. That's why they haven't rebuilt the castle again, and why no one dares to really like use this as a seat. So maybe the people that live here, they are some kind of cult worshipping, or at least like giving what do you call it? Sacrifices, is that what it's called? Yeah, to whatever the monster is. We could have like a shrine or something by the waters where they can drop off gifts. Offerings, yeah, sacrifices, yeah. Something like that. That could be fun. It's a fun little lore idea. Yeah, I've done quite a bit of off-screen building. I usually do that, like, especially when I'm streaming the main projects I'm working on. So I've built 2 more houses since the last stream. I will show you that in just a little bit, Waldo. We are, as you can see, we are recording right now, which means we are making a time lapse. Ah, that looks cool. Looks cool so far. All right. Roofing. Let's get that running. It might be a little extreme, but like if it makes a build more realistic, we're not building a children's game here. We are building a fantasy world for us, and there are some things in this world that it can be quite grim. So we can definitely play on that lore. So keep coming, and especially like when you have ideas like this, I'm just gonna remind you to leave them in my Discord, because yeah, we can talk about it here, but I'll forget a lot of it because yeah, I have to focus on building and create as far as I can an entertaining stream. So yeah, like create ideas like this that we discuss. Yeah, just put them in there as well, so I can look them up after the stream and take notes. Yeah, Lovecraftian stuff, can be quite grim, but maybe that's why it fits here, because this place is so adorable and cute, and then the lore is so dark and creepy. Maybe that's why it works. But I definitely want to do some even more darker stuff on, especially the island of Myros that we haven't even showcased in a video, but I've talked about it. Maybe where there used to be a lighthouse, there could be a platform. Those are, yeah, that's a good idea, Darkcat. I think the lighthouse should still be there, but maybe there's a ruin of the old lighthouse, and they have like somehow used it, because the port is still being used, and it's an important harbor for the few people living in this region. So the lighthouse should still be functional. but maybe there was a bigger lighthouse back in the day, and then now they only use like they have built something in the ruins. You're so hyped for Miros. Maybe we can get to like Sangre-Cœur is the biggest thing right now, and it's going to be a while until we finish it. And I will, as we have now, like take breaks from it, where we do something else. So maybe the next thing we get to could be Miros. I'm down for that. I need to figure out the style though for it, because that's going to be that's going to be different from anything else we have done, which is very like down to earth Mediterranean. I'm thinking much more like dark fantasy style, and it's not something I've done really in the past. I've usually stayed very close to real medieval times, and so I think that's going to be exciting. I think it's like creating your own style is really fun, especially like I've seen what Duke on Red has been building lately, like this dwarven, like wealthy dwarven citadel kind of thing, and it's like it's a style that you can see stuff you recognize, but the setting of like rich dwarves in like a castle kind of with lush gardens and stuff is brand new. Yeah, maybe not Valyria, maybe a little bit, but Ashai, yeah, that's kind of my main inspiration. When I heard about Ashai, it's where I got that idea. And I have to say, like many of these places that we are now building or have been building or will be building is places I've had in my mind for not just like a week or a month. Maybe some of them I've had in my mind for possibly 5 years, maybe more, some of them. Like ideas that I've had growing in my head about things I don't want to build, or just like, yeah, you know. So it's going to be really fun to try to build on that. What if we use, instead of the sandstone, what if we use some more like brick texture here? Either we can do that. Nope, let's go all in. I just feel like that tan, that does look pretty cool, doesn't it? But I'm not entirely sold. Let me try something. There we go. No, I like that more. General idea, but not specific for Saros. Children's bedtales of the lady that creep around the evening looking for children awake past their bedtime. That's very scary, but it's definitely something you could have seen, or you can see still, I guess. Bedtime stories to get people to sleep. But it might do more bad than good, I'm imagining. Let's add a little balcony here. So this is where the floor will be. So it wraps around and add a balcony there. Have I messed up? But this is where, yeah, let's move these down. Whoops. Adding shipwreck there. Yeah, we talked about that. We're gonna add like some cliffs in the water, and I'm thinking multiple shipwrecks. We'll see how far we get. Like shipwrecks aren't my. It's not what I'm best at. It's rather difficult to build ships, and wrecks might be. It could be easier in some ways, but also harder in other ways because. yeah, you have to make it look ruined as well. And I think it's, for me at least, it's really hard to make good ruins. Like boats, but also houses and stuff. I'm not entirely sure on the upper windows there. If we could have them... If this was possible. That's pretty cool. It's just like a little too big. Bigger opening, yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. Hey, Paperback Shot. Welcome, welcome. We can do also some on the sides here. And just to add some texture, like that, and we can even yeah, just a little bit like that. Cool. Here I am thinking big window, right? Because we can. And shutters is going to be pretty important here. I'm doing a thing where I'm using only green shutters. So maybe that's going to look awesome. Like a theme for all the houses, we're only using green shutters. Maybe. I'm all over the place now, guys. Hope you guys can keep up with me. Some kind of supports there. That just adds a little bit of depth to it. I think that's cool. So the main entrance, I have been thinking we could either have it here in the front, but I'm just imagining that if you come to land here, if there's a lot of wind coming in, maybe it's better to have the main opening. We could have it in the tower on this side here, or alongside this long wall. And then you'd rather have windows here so people could sit by the window and look out. I think that's better. But we could build it here in the tower. Well, actually, I actually have thought about this already. We're going to build it here because the floor level is going to be raised up a little bit in case of flooding or big waves. So I actually want the entrance to be at this height. I planned this ahead, guys, but I just totally forgot. So we will do... Maybe this is built out of some kind of sandstone. I don't know. Hello there, Bulos Carlos. Welcome to the stream. How are you, man? Yeah, that's a fun idea, Victoria. I'm down for really anything. This is a block I wanted. Doing that. Maybe we even do a little bit of a porch thing in front of this. Oops. And let's see here. Something like that. We'll figure that out once we get the road going. There we go. And so the thing is, we can either do just a flat roof, which might make sense, like hey, thank you so much for subscribing, Bulos Carlos, for the third time in a row. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So we can do flat. We can also extend it and have. Let's move it one more block up. Can we have a balcony up there? Because why not? And that way we can... Let's try this. Just feel free to stop me, guys. I'm just letting inspiration flow now and just trying out some stuff. I'm not sold on this. But I'm still open for a balcony up here. Like that. That's still pretty cool. And one way we could also fix this is to add some color to it. I love my coloring builds. So what if we add like this cloth kind of thing? Maybe one more up. Something like that, and then Yeah, how do we solve this? Something like that? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. Now we can have a banner. We need to figure out a banner for this place. Like a coat of arms. And let's make the door then out of this here. Or maybe just... Yeah. I think that's cool. Another window over here. And have some flowers below the window here. Any ideas for colors for the banner, guys? We need something a little bit unique. I feel like I often tend to use the same colors for banners. So it might be fun to do something a little different for this one. Blue, green and gold. Blue and green is not something you see a lot. That's a fun suggestion. Seems like both Darthcat and Danbite had the same idea, green and blue. Let's see if we can come up with some green and blue. Does green and blue make yellow? I think you're missing something here. Blue and yellow makes green, but not blue and green does not make yellow. But I see what you're on about. Wait. I think you realize yourself now. Yeah. That's okay. But yeah, let's... maybe we can do that after this. Okay, let's stop the recording there, and then I will build this extension and maybe the back later. I like this building so far. I should probably add some colors like this to the place though. Oops, oops, oops. Totally forgot that I'm using like wattle and daub kind of endings on these. So let's do that here. Some stain and some tan here. Doesn't have to be too complicated. And then something like that. All right, I'm going to see if I have... Can I... Let's see if we can make a coat of arms for this place. Or do you want guys just want to build, or do you want to create a coat of arms for this place? I'll actually leave that up to you before I start. But we like I have a program where we can, or a website where we can create stuff. So if you guys are interested, we can do that on stream. If not, we will just build, and I can do that later. Both are fun. I'll give the rest of you some time to answer as well. Olive 3, yeah. You want to see how we make him? Okay, let's try that then. I was not prepared for this, so we will just... Ah, it works. You can't see me though. Do you guys want to see me? Nah, we can live without me for a little while. So, let's see, like, let's say we do some... No. Whoops. It's not ideal, but it works. I don't like the shape of that one. Like, we could do something like this. I don't know. And then we have blue. And then, yeah, instead of yellow, we have green, like that. And we can have, I think, plants. Do we have olive? We don't have olive. But I think actually the olive color, we could change that a little bit. More like olive colored. And then maybe make the blue a little as well, like that. How's that? And then like we could also do the kraken. No, I think just to leave the mystery open, let's put a tree on. We can pretend that this is an olive tree. Like that. Or we can do, since we talked about yellow, we can have yellow in the back like that as well. Maybe. Objects. Yeah, it kind of looks like Ukraine now. I kind of like that, but maybe the tree itself, maybe the tree can be gold. Is that really weird? I don't know. Move that down like that. Yeah, it's supposed to be olives. And I think olives are kind of this color. We could have a sun. That looks a little weird, doesn't it? I'm not a big fan, but I like this the way it is now. But and then we can add like then have this, and then we can have the same colors. So yellow, and instead of red we have the blue, like that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Let's see if we can pimp it a little bit more, but I don't want it to be like too pimped, but I think it's easy to not pimp them enough as well. We could also have like ships and no, they don't. So maybe this isn't the proper thing. They don't really have any connections to knighthood. Let's. I'm saving both, one with and one without, and then we'll get back to building again. Yeah. All right, that was that. A little side quest of. A little side quest of coat of arms making. So, since we now have that, we can add some coat of arms stuff to the building. So maybe we can have one hanging down here in front. So, it was basically some kind of, I don't know, these two kind of colors. So green like that, and then blue at the bottom like that. Is it too weird to have it there though? Then we had like, this isn't yellow enough for me. I think that's too big. Let's do one. Let's remove the window and then have maybe just a longer one hanging like that. That's cool. Yeah, chisel and bits for banners would really help. But I've said it before, I'm not gonna start using chisel and bits and stuff because I would just get too caught up in all the details. And I wouldn't get anything done. Okay, that's pretty cool then. I like that. It fits the theme of this place. We could do some fancy stuff on the top here. And I think we should. Just like a little thing. Is that too weird? Which house is my favorite in the Song of Ice and Fire? Oh, that's like an easy choice would be Stark, but I don't think Stark is probably. I'll have to think about it a little bit. I like the Mormonts. What are your favorite, Victoria? I've never given that a proper thought. So I don't have an answer ready. But maybe no, I don't think Mormon. I don't know. Tarley is also, but like I just love Sam, and I hate his father and stuff. I don't know. We should probably have some more like wider here. Just imagine like all of the crates and goods being stored here. Manually, yeah, that's cool. What's the Starfall? What's the name of the family at Starfall? Dawn, I think it's called. Dane. Dawn, Dane, yeah. Dane. That also has some pretty cool lore behind it. I should really get to rewatching Game of Thrones. I started it a little while back, but then I just lost it. So many other things to watch. Yeah, Dawn is the sword, that's right. Yeah. Dawn of the Morning, and then the House Dane, yeah. It's the name of the house. Like, that's one of the things that makes, in my opinion, and is probably very well agreed on, that like no house has is just good, or just like you can't love everyone in one house. There's always going to be people you'll hate, and there's going to be people you like in every house. So I think that's really fun. It's not easy to picking sides as a viewer. Let's add this extension here, and then this little backyard. I have been thinking maybe that this here should go back here like this. Follow this and then connect up with this one instead of going there. Let's do that. Yeah, black sheeps. Let's do that. That's one of the things I want to try to do is to have these stone walls, and some of them are going to be ruined, like here. You can see it's quite ruined. But I want to have like big areas that are enclosed for all the buildings and stuff. I think it's going to look pretty cool. When you get out like this. This gate here is actually a little low. I tried myself, Photoslav, and honestly, it's just like I'm not the big reader, and it's probably just laziness. That's a good idea, Victoria. Playing on that, wouldn't they? Like, if there's a place that I think they would understand what to grow where due to the weather. Like, they wouldn't have. They've lived here for probably. There's been people here for thousands of years, probably. So they would know that like they can't grow stuff on specific parts of the land. Maybe, I don't know. There we have that one. Okay, let's start adding this thing here. Yeah, that's a good idea. Like we could have the outlines of where the field has been, and it hasn't been planted in many years. That's a good idea. For like the sake of timelines and stuff, I'm imagining that the incident that ruined this, especially the castle, is several hundred years ago. So anything like that, you wouldn't see like dead crops. You just wouldn't. You'd see the stone walls, but you wouldn't see like anything remaining. Maybe a few, but there's going to be a separate inn. This red here is going to be an inn. So it's probably going to have a few rooms, but mostly it's going to be just a place to get some food and stuff. We go and we can add, I like this one here, some places. There we go. Yes, I have some ideas for that as well. So there's going to be all sort of signs kind of telling that lore. Ruined houses, and the castle, it's going to be a big ruin. Maybe this house here can be a ruin that was never rebuilt. Maybe. Yeah, that's definitely something we could have as part of the lore here. That they believe it's some kind of punishment for the arrogance of the former lord. There we go. And this one is pretty tall. You can have some big windows here. There we go, and I like having different shaped windows. It looks a little awkward, so if you do it like that, that's pretty cool. Yep, and then we will continue this wall around here. That's a fun idea as well. Definitely something we can play around with. So maybe that's where they leave the offerings. They'll have some kind of memorial or statue or something. That could be fun. An old worn down statue. here the trickiest part is to make this look just like an old cobblestone kind of roughly put together wall. That's something like that, and then we can yes, that's definitely something we will do as well for those labs, some northern architecture. I have so many projects and so little time. I have some big ideas for a Nordic area as well, and I really want to get to it. But yeah. For future projects, well, it's good to have a lot of ideas to build, so you don't run out of ideas. And yeah, that's I've been there as well, where you want to build something but you have no idea what to build. To quote Gandalf, all we have to decide is what to do with the time that's given us. That's pretty deep and kind of true as well. If there only wasn't a thing called paying your mortgage and having food on the table, I would probably have a lot more time playing and building and stuff. Let's just do that. Place 2 with conquest, rocky sandy soil, and it's like pretty sloped here, so what we can do is to like build up. There we go. Whoa. I did not know that. And then in the back here we can do all sorts of things. Maybe there's going to be a gate here. Counter argument, Victoria. I still need power and internet access if I was to build. Well, technically not internet access, but I need power, and that's not free. I guess I could set up some type of generator, but that costs money, and yeah. And honestly, yeah, I prefer the comfort of living this way. Good morning, Manso. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Let's add a little door in the back here. I think that's going to be fine. Like that. And let's cut the recording there. And I will exit just so we save the replay. Because in the previous stream, it crashed on me and I lost the replay of the first house, which kind of, or I didn't lose it. I can get it back, but it's going to be a lot of work, so that kind of sucks. I'm doing good as well, Manso. What are you build? We are building in Saros, the last or the previous area we worked in, and we're building a tavern today, or at least that's what we're doing right now. We're building a tavern over here, and it's looking really cool. I like it. I also like how it looks on the map right now. I think it's going to be so cool once we have some more like fields around here, and then the road will go all the way up and connect this. And you know how I love just finishing places and having like being able to see a lot. And I feel like the area around Osterham, let's go there, it's been a while, it feels so completed, especially for a little area. Yeah. Well, if the lore was true, if I believed in it, I wouldn't go, but I don't believe in that. So I'd still go there. It's a beautiful place. But yeah, being able to have like the city like this, having a downtown massive city, and then going out and have the farmlands outside and have that connect to, yeah, this little manor over here and the monastery in the back. Just having this like more or less complete area is such a great feeling as a builder, to be able to see everything. So if we can connect up Saros to Somerset and Nussyhold and have, oh, look at the view from here. Oh, there's even cows here. Hello, cows. Yeah, just being able to get like a proper full world feeling where it doesn't look like just a standalone build. Like a lot of my castles are built in the middle of nowhere, and the castle itself looks, in my opinion, pretty good, but there's nothing around it, so it feels a little empty. It feels like it's missing something. But being able to have like a full-on experience like this, walking from the farmlands and into the outer parts of the city and then continuing, it's such a cool feeling. Though I want to go and move to Japan, which has earthquakes. I live in a, yeah, I've been to Japan and experienced an earthquake. It was pretty scary, but like it felt pretty safe still. Kind of weird. But yeah, I think you understand what I mean by having like just experiencing the whole thing. Man, I love walking around here. I should spend more time in Osterham. Oh man, this is cool. Well, let's get back to building. That's what I like about... it sounds really selfish, and but in my own buildings, I just love walking around them because I feel like once they're done, I can come back to them and still appreciate them, you know? Because because every place feels a little unique, and every time I visit them I feel like it's a little bit of a new experience. Yeah, so like ideally there would be stuff on this entire continent here. There would be villages, towns, shrines, small stuff happening. So I've talked about this in the past, but I'm going to one day build a quarry up here, I think, an area in this little opening here, and I'm going to build a ruined castle on one of these tops here. Down here there's going to be a clay pit, so it's going to be like a big mining industrial facility here. And then the road is going to lead over to this area here, where there's going to be another bigger town called Talm. It's going to have a castle on this rock you can see here. It's kind of hard to see from the map, but and then this will be connected to Rovitz over here. Dartenhall is in Meria, not Gelia. And then Rovitz will be connected to Toadfort over here one day. And there's going to be another castle, I believe, in this little mountain range here. Dartenhall is over here. So that's yeah, close to, it's in between Lunden and Leiden, which will be here. So basically, like, ideally, there's going to be, like, here, in between here, I still want there to be more stuff. Maybe like a mine. That would be fun. Maybe there could be like a little mining area in the hillside here. Or something at least, like whenever I'm done, I want every block to be touched almost. Well, not every, but yeah. That's also true, Victoria. Well, in an ideal fantasy world, maybe well, ideal, yeah, I guess. But the world I'm imagining might not be exactly a place you want to go. The places are like this place and Darvasa Castle. Oh, let's go there. Darvasa Castle, it's a paradise, really. This is a place I could live. Oh no, something has happened with the texturing here. What's happened? That looks really weird. Has it always been like that? Is it my shader? Whatever. That looks really off. I don't know. Like in between Conquest Reforged updates, some of the blocks change slightly. We can see that in. I don't think I have fixed it, and I'm not going to just because I don't feel like it. Yeah, look at this. This used to be an almost perfect gradient, and then this block here, you can see the block I'm holding is not the same as I'm placing. You see that? So it's changed texture for some weird reason. So it used to be more or less a perfect gradient here, but suddenly, oh man, I should fix that. It looks so awful. Maybe that's a better block. It's a little better, but yeah. So sometimes when they update, they change the blocks a little bit, and it ruins the texturing of my builds. What's the inspiration for each region? Asks Vectora. So Argus, which is, you can kind of see the yellow grass here, that's inspired by first of all, fantasy. Every region, no region is one-on-one replica of any real world place, but inspired by Mediterranean architecture from both sides. So like a little bit of like African, Moroccan, Algerian, I don't know, that kind of style, and also like Italian, French, Spanish, and even like further east, that kind of stuff, but then mixed in with some fantasy. Dukar over here is basically desert and is inspired by ancient Egypt and Rome, and then some fantasy tweaks on that. Gallia is Eastern Europe, so medieval Poland, Romania, that kind of stuff. Meria is more like Britain. Yeah, I forgot. Argus is also inspired by Byzantine a little bit. Yeah, so maybe the capital will be more Byzantine inspired or have parts that are. But Meria, this area, you can kind of see, and it continues out on some islands here. It's inspired by Britain. Then we have Nordheim, which is like this mountainous area north here. That's inspired by Vikings, that kind of stuff. Not like super fantasy, very low fantasy Viking style. And then I kind of hate that the map didn't transfer when I updated the world, because there's more stuff happening. There's an island over here as well, quite big one. This island will be removed and changed to more of a fantasy elvish kind of world island as well. So there's going to be one here. Then there's going to be the island here called Myros, which will be inspired by like darker fantasy, like vampire style, gothic, dark textures, Ashai from Game of Thrones kind of stuff. I think that covers mostly. Yes, snow elves, kind of. I want to have like a style that is completely unique to this place. So I want to have like some elven style is very well done, and most of the time it's basically Tolkien-ish. So like elves from Lord of the Rings. But I think it would be fun to do elves in a different way, like magical creatures in the northern area. So like a combination of probably like Skyrim texture architecture, but mixed with some of my own ideas and stuff. I don't know. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun challenge, but I haven't even started thinking about it. And I haven't even figured out how I will remove the island and add a new island to that place. It's gonna be a big task. Castle from Frozen? Yeah, why not? I'm thinking, so just thinking out loud here, for the Dwelven, well, Arven, Elf, it's getting late. The Elfen kind of area, I want it to be like big waterfalls and decorated bridges over the waters. Probably a lot of ice, but I want it to be like high elves kind of style. Like they live in their own society, and it's gonna be super duper fancy. That's at least the idea I have in mind. Well, maybe not white. We can have all different kind of textures. But I want a unique vibe there. I'm thinking a lot of purple for some reason. So like, yeah, a lot of purple and definitely inspired by Tolkienish elves, but my own take on it. But yeah, I'm thinking like purple would be cool. Do we? I'm not sure. There's like maybe purple roofs, or just like purple details on the builds. Could be fun. I don't know. I just have some images in my head that I want to get out. Let's add a little tree here. Maybe just a cypress like this. I like those. And I love that they added this top thing. Made it so much easier to do cypresses like this. By the way, a little tip here. Debug stick on that, and you kind of connect it through the first set of leaves. Makes the bottom look a little bit more realistic. I guess that could also be part of the inspiration, yeah. So, a lot of the housing architecture, so the normal houses definitely has more of a Jerusalem vibe or Egyptian kind of vibe because they all have flat roofs and stuff. But I'm imagining that so we have all like the squares and the temples and the like those obelisks and stuff that are more like Roman inspired. So there's more the fancy features from Roman, but then more the everyday architecture is probably, I guess, Jerusalem, Arabic, that kind of general area. I'm trying to bring in a lot of this red, not a lot, but some of them, just to kind of a red thread throughout this area where we have oh man, some of these red flowers, kind of special to this place. Actually, that's very true, man. So, that's a good catch because I like instinctively I just imagine that's a Roman thing, but when you say it, I knew that they are from Egypt, and like the inscriptions on them are in hieroglyphs. So yeah. That's a little blooper by me, I'm sorry. But it's pretty insane that they moved them. Maybe in the back here we'll have a little stable kind of thing where we can tie up the horses, maybe. Let me try something. What if we Not like a big stable, but just like a little one here. And we can remove the door, or move the door a little bit over. But like visitors could come in here, they can take this way or the other way, and they can come in here and they can tie up their horses. Like that, and then, yeah, we move door. And we put it here instead. Something like that. I'm trying to make the walls look a little ruined as well. So you can see like ruining the corners a little bit and just making it go both out and in as well some places. It's a little subtle way of adding some detail. Oh man. Is Saros in the domain of the Lord of Somerset, or is it totally different field? Yeah, so the idea is that I think we discussed this in the beginning of the stream, and I believe that Somerset has no lord. What is the lore behind this? Is there? Let me just read up on the lore. I have it written here. No, okay. Correction. Somerset is in fact there's a lord living there, Lord Pandula, and it used to be a vacation home for the lords of Meria. So the lords of Meria, they came here to get some war, like on vacation and stuff. So it used to be a place of vacation for the lords or the nobles of Meria. But after the war, the Sapphire Wars, that brought independence to Argus, the castle or the area that was previously Somerset over there was given to Lord Pandula, and so Lord Pandula is reigning over this area here as well. So this is basically the harbor for Somerset. Really. They would have a lot of connections. Can we do... I want to do a little flag or something here. Because why not? It's good that I write down the lore because I keep on forgetting. Let's add a little flagpole here. We can move it up one more. So maybe 2. Oops. We should have more flags because flags are awesome. Oh no. That's not pretty. Is this one more similar? Yeah. But maybe the upper one, so it looks like it's connected. Yeah. Alright, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I'm a little bit all over the place here, but first time chatter, Ludham, you can disable fences connecting. Yeah, I know I can. I'm just lazy. I figured when I have these, why not use them? But welcome to the stream, Ludham. I'm glad to have you here. What made you come to my stream? My little corner of the internet? Oops. Today we are building in a place called Saros, by the way, if you're wondering. If you came from a YouTube channel, this is something you've never seen because it's only been built during this stream and the previous one. So this is a little bit of a secret for now. But there's going to be a video coming from this in, I'm imagining, a week. Did you guys see the news video, by the way? I got to visit a build by Man of Dutch, an amazing builder who built a real-life castle in Conquest Reforged, and it looks awesome. So I was very happy that I was allowed or able to check that out. So that's a fun video, and it's for me it's inspired me a lot for the future castles and stuff I will build. Some wood, firewood here, perfect. There's 2 entrances. Maybe we should have. I think 2 is good. That's enough. Alright, cool. Another thing we can have is up on this side here. I just have some ropes you can use to tie it down. We can possibly start Dartcat, but I'm not going to be streaming for too much longer now. As you know, I aim to stream around 2 hours. That's usually when my social battery runs out. So I think, or we have 15 minutes, 20 minutes left, really. So I think I will focus mainly on the exterior today. And if we get time, we can start a little bit on interior. But I'm going to be detailing and working on the outside as much as I can, and we'll see. Going to be doing some texturing to the roofs as well, because that looks really cool. It's a little bit of these. I think they add so much, just having these patches of a little bit worn. Like that. That's pretty cool. And let's do a little over here as well. Yeah, I like that. That's awesome. Yeah. And what else do we need on the outside here? I think it just makes sense that there's some like stuff laying around. Maybe a cart that's... So you know how we can have a cart there like that. No. There we go. It should probably be something alongside this, or it should be overgrown. Maybe both. Maybe you could leave the island above Nordheim and move. We can do that as well, Darth Cat. The thing is, though, the island north of Nordheim is it's basically unbuildable. I will show you. I think the easiest way is warp TP Krang. No, a game mode spectator. Let's move pretty fast. No. Whoa, this is laggy. Is this the island? Yeah. But that's definitely an idea, Darth Cat. We can leave it, like... I don't have to build on it. Like, it doesn't hurt anyone just being there, and we can build some small settlement. But I was imagining it being... oh man, it's lagging so much. Why? It's always lagging when we move up here. I'm gonna turn off... It is off. But basically, it's just this narrow piece of land here. And then there's way too steep mountains on either side. So, like... You could build some small settlements here, and definitely we can leave this and build a small area here, and then there could be like a small settlement here, and that's that, and it's just part of Nordheim, and then we can build another island somewhere else. Where are you sending that? In stream related? I can Google it as well. Yeah, that's that that looks like the mountains here actually. Maybe you're changing my mind that I'm not. I don't have to. In what chat are you posting? I can't see it. Maybe you change my mind. Maybe we keep the island and move the elves somewhere else. We could do like, oh man. I do like the mountains here though. They look really good. They're just too steep. We don't have to decide on anything yet, but this is lagging too. I'm not sure why it lags over here. Let's go to Saros. Okay, it lags now as well. I think it's about time to end the stream. Maybe you could boil eggs on my computer right now. It's very hot. Yeah, look at that. I'm just looking at the images that Darth Cat is sending in stream related. It looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Let me think about it. I'm gonna let it marinate for a little while and maybe we'll end up with something awesome over there. We could have a massive castle and then have a small village, and maybe there's like some kind of order up here, like cult order, that like some kind of I don't know. I've always liked the idea of having this like what do you call it, like distant, very far away temple of extreme knights, like where you have this order of like I'm like imagining like these Buddhist temples. Why is it lagging so much? Up in the Himalayas and stuff. So maybe we could do something like that, like a temple of fighters from the Norse kingdom up in the mountains there. I think you might have convinced me to let it be and leave it for now. That's very interesting. But guys, it's for some reason lagging too much now. I'm not sure why, but I think that means it's about time to end the stream. Thank you so much everyone for hanging out today. It was a lot of fun and we got so much built as well. We got all of this and we might even have added another massive project to this world, which is always exciting. So again, this is what I want. I want you guys to help me come up with ideas and shape this world together. So thank you so much for that. I will see all of you later. Check out my latest video if you haven't. Uploaded a video a few hours ago, so you want to check that out. That looks really cool. And I will see you next Monday and with another video as well, probably soon. So stay tuned for all of that. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. It's been Vego Man, and I'm out.